In 2018, 3 NBA teams had the chance to draft a generational superstar. All 3 passed, and within a few years, the league would never be the same. 19 years old, facing grown men on Europe's biggest stage, Luka Dončić didn't just belong, he dominated. That season with Real Madrid, he became the youngest player ever to win the EuroLeague Most Valuable Player award, a trophy reserved for legends, not teenagers. The numbers told the story: 16 points per game, nearly 5 assists, and efficiency that outpaced veterans across the continent. In the EuroLeague Final Four, with the championship on the line, Luka Dončić delivered clutch shots and pinpoint passes against defenders who had played in the NBA themselves. Coaches trusted him to run the offense in the highest pressure moments. No prospect in the 2018 draft arrived with more professional titles, more big game experience, or a more complete resume. Before any doubts, before the debate started, Luka Dončić stood alone as a proven champion, already great, before he ever set foot on an NBA court. Admiration turned to second-guessing the moment teams dug into Luka Dončić's athletic profile. Scouts praised his vision and poise, but the whispers grew louder. Does he have the burst to separate from the NBA defenders? Reports circulated about his first step described as deliberate, not explosive. Jonathan Givney wrote that Dončić lacks the burst and explosiveness to consistently create his own shot off the dribble. Kevin O'Connor called out his deliberate pace and average lateral quickness, warning that NBA wings could expose him on defense. No combine numbers existed. Dončić skipped the workouts, fueling speculation. Private drills in Madrid showed only average speed in sprints and agility. One Western Conference scout put it bluntly: Luka is a wizard with the ball, but he is slow, with no explosive first step and limited speed in transition. For front offices obsessed with upside, these doubts planted a seed. Could the most accomplished teenager in Europe really keep up with the fastest players in the NBA? With the first pick in the 2018 NBA draft, the Phoenix Suns turned to a familiar blueprint: size at the center position. DeAndre Ayton, a 7-footer out of Arizona, fit the mold of a traditional franchise anchor, dominant in college, physically imposing, tailor-made for pick and rolls with Devin Booker. The Suns front office saw Ayton as the safest path to relevance, the kind of foundational big man who could change the shape of a defense and fill seats. Even with Luka Dončić's resume on the table, Phoenix leaned on positional logic and the comfort of a homegrown star. The decision was quick, almost inevitable. Ayton's name echoed across Barclays Center, and for a moment the draft board paused, one generational talent still waiting. Sacramento held the second pick and saw a different kind of promise: Marvin Bagley, the third, a 6'11" forward with a lightning-quick first step and a vertical leap that made scouts take notice. The Kings, desperate to break a decade-long playoff drought, craved upside and athleticism over proven skill. Bagley's numbers at Duke, 21 points and 11 rebounds per game, turned heads, but it was his potential to stretch the floor and run in transition that captured their imagination. Analytics and eye tests split the room. Some saw a modern big who could anchor a new era. Others warned of passing on the draft's most accomplished player. With Luka still on the board, Sacramento doubled down on projection. Another generational resume was set aside for the hope of something greater. Atlanta called Luka Dončić's name with the third pick, but the celebration was short-lived. Moments later, the Hawks struck a deal, sending Dončić's draft rights to Dallas in exchange for Trae Young at number 5 and a protected first-round pick in 2019. For Atlanta's front office, the move was about flexibility, betting on Young's shooting and adding another asset for the rebuild. Dallas saw something else: a once-in-a-generation skill set, proven on the biggest stages, ready to lead from day one. 2 franchises, 1 decision. The future split in real time. For a moment, the draft room fell into silence. From the opening tip of his NBA career, Luka Dončić left no doubt. Rookie of the Year honors came almost by routine: 21 points, nearly 8 rebounds, and 6 assists a night. Triple-doubles, game winners, and a confidence that made the league's fastest defenders look ordinary. While Dončić rewrote rookie record books, the Phoenix Suns watched from the outside. Their new core, built around DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker, flashed potential but never found lasting traction. Playoff hopes rose and fell, consistency always just out of reach. The contrast grew sharper with every highlight. One franchise soared on belief, the other circled back to questions about what might have been. Marvin Bagley III arrived in Sacramento as the promise of a new era, youth, length, and the kind of athletic upside that front offices dream about. But the reality never matched the projection. Bagley's rookie flashes faded as injuries piled up, a knee sprain, then a broken thumb, then nagging foot problems that kept him off the floor for weeks at a time. The Kings shuffled their roster, searching for a front court formula that could lift them out of a playoff drought stretching back over a decade. But with Bagley's minutes limited and his role shrinking, Sacramento found themselves still searching for consistency, watching as the gap between their hopes and Luka's reality only grew wider. Trae Young became an all-star, leading Atlanta to playoff runs and turning that extra draft pick into DeAndre Hunter. But even with highlights and accolades, the Hawks' ceiling that always felt just out of reach, trading greatness for flexibility. 3 teams overthought it. Only Dallas chose to believe. Today, Luka Dončić is the blueprint for modern greatness, proof that production beats projection. As draft night echoes linger, every franchise faces the same question: do you believe what you see?